Vaping and exploding batteries. Will removable batteries be regulated out of existence? There are more and more stories popping up in the news about exploding batteries and vaporizers. Nearly all of these reports are due to improper use and user error. For example, people putting unprotected batteries in their pockets with their keys or loose change, or using an unsafe build on a mech mod. Many people in the vape community tend to blame these people for being stupid and ignorant, often saying things like, well, if they would have done their research, they would be fine. But how many general consumer-facing industries work like that? I know vapors want the freedom to do whatever they want, but 18650s, exposed cells, are simply not intended to be handed over to a consumer to constantly remove and replace in an electronic device. 18650s are designed to be placed in a protected casing, like what you'd find on a cordless drill. Handling lithium-ion cells was fine when the vape industry was small because the only people who used 18650s were hobbyists using mech mods. These products weren't mass-produced and easy to find. You had to go out of your way to find them, which inherently led to educating yourself about the risks. But now the vape industry is huge, and vape shops are just carelessly handing over lithium-ion batteries to any random person who walks into their shop who asks for something that will let them blow huge clouds. I think the responsibility ultimately falls on vape shops and the vape community for letting this happen. I actually want to read you a comment about this from a post on Reddit, which I think makes several great points. This was written by someone who works at a vape shop, but they deleted their account on Reddit, so I don't know who it is. So they said, "This is partly our own fault as an industry. The mistake early on was letting the hobbyists and China dictate what becomes a consumer product. Your typical consumer should not have ever been able to walk into a vape shop and buy an 18650 and a mech mod. Ordering it off eBay or importing it yourself is where that belonged. So when it blows up, the court can point at you and say you went to great lengths to misuse the product and it's your own damn fault. The FDA will never approve a user replaceable battery device. We should have grown up without mommy coming and telling us to. The auto industry actually did go through this decades ago, and it took Ralph Nader to come along and point out the bullcrap. You want no seatbelts and no airbags? Oh well, you're less than 1% of the user base, and you're endangering the other 99% if we cater to you. It's just as ridiculous as the claim, some of the potential uninsured people will be uninsured by choice. Yes, when people are broke, they will endanger themselves to save a buck. You can't let them. Years back, I noticed we'd only sell 1 or 2 battery cases for every 100 batteries. We had to start simply giving it away. This was before that became fairly common. You have to force safety on people. So that's everything that he said. So with all that said, what's the fix? Well, I don't know, but here's my theory. We already know that the FDA plans to regulate batteries for safety reasons. So at least here in the US, I think the FDA will eventually create regulations on devices and require that they don't even have removable batteries. They might not be able to stop people from buying batteries or removable battery devices from outside of the country, but they can regulate it with vape shops running their own businesses here in the US. They can make it so that vape shops aren't allowed to carry loose batteries or the devices that use them. And if it ever gets to that point, China might actually stop manufacturing devices that can use removable cells because it will become a niche market. If vape shops can't carry them, why would they make them? It won't be profitable. That's just one theory. I honestly hope it doesn't go down like that because I love being able to replace the batteries in my devices. Who knows though, maybe the regulators will require that all vape shops require warnings on batteries and devices and that all batteries come in protective cases. That would be awesome. I don't see it happening, but wishful thinking, right?